Hello everyone, I'm the 5-minute reviewer, and today I'm going to talk about the Sweet Baby Ink controversy. Now, if you are anything like me, you sometimes enjoy games with very deep and good stories. And this is where the company Sweet Baby Ink comes in. It specializes in providing narratives for story-driven games. And this sounds very innocuous and can be a great thing. After all, if I'm a video game company and I want to focus solely on the gaming aspect, right, this allows me to outsource the story writing to another company, especially one that specializes in it. However, recently, this company, Sweet Baby Ink, has come under a lot of criticism, mainly for two reasons. Number one, some of the recent games, especially Suicide Squad, has come up with horrible storylines that is generally unfavorably received by the fan base. The second reason is that the employees incited a harassment campaign against a Steam curator called Sweet Baby Ink Detected. Or rather, the group he founded is called Sweet Baby Ink Detected, which specializes in identifying games associated with Sweet Baby Ink. And although he says it's a neutral thing, actually all the games he listed are voted as not recommended. So what I want to do is share my thoughts about these two criticisms, that they come up with very bad storylines and that they harass a Steam curator. So these are my thoughts. The first criticism I'd like to address is Sweet Baby Ink. Whether is it a bad narrative company? I'd like to point out they have won awards for narrative before. If I'm not mistaken, in the Game Awards of 2023, the game they worked on called Alen Wick 2 actually won an award for Best Narrative. Another game that they worked on called NeoCap also won Best Narrative Design at Indiecade 2019. So at some level, they can write stories that appeal to certain demographics. And as with any other writer, sometimes your stories hit with certain audiences and sometimes your stories don't hit with certain audiences. However, what draws the ire of the fan community is their tendency to include certain woke elements or political issues that favor one side of the aisle unnecessarily in their stories. So let me show you what I mean. For instance, in the game Alen Wick 2, they actually race swap an established character, Saga Anderson, from white to black. Ankh-Borda, which is associated with Norse mythology, is portrayed as a black woman, even though most Norse people at that time of mythology would not have been black, or any of them. Now, this may or may not be directly associated with Sweet Baby Ink, but because their CEO says that they are specialized in diversifying voices as on their website, so the suspicious insertion of black people when it was not there or when they were not there originally seems to point towards the company, even though I have no evidence for this. I'm just speculating at this point, to be fair. Just like how even though the storyline of Assassin's Creed Valhalla wasn't good, you can't really blame Sweet Baby Ink for it because Assassin's Creed was already getting very convoluted as a series in terms of lore. But I do blame them for how they handle established characters like Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2 and the Justice League in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. As a comic book fan, I find it quite insulting that they treat Peter Parker as very whiny so that they can enhance Miles Morales as his replacement. In the Suicide Squad game, the way they handled the deaths of Justice League was very disrespectful, with no indication there are any long-term ramifications for simply killing off the Justice League. It seems that they only use the Justice League as no different to an alternate universe of final bosses, rather than a respectful treatment of the comic lore. Now, the second issue that I want to address, whether Sweet Baby Ink harassed a Steam curator. And the answer is yes, some of the employees definitely did. I'll put the links later in the description below, but basically some of the employees did encourage their followers to report the curator and his group in an attempt to take down this group. And it's a bit difficult to take down the group because they just list down a list of games that Sweet Baby Ink created. And although all the games listed in this group were ranked as not recommended, this harassment has made the issue blown up than it really is. As you can see in the earlier screenshot, the number of followers on the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, the Curators group, has blown up to be over 100,000 followers. So nice job, Sweet Baby Inc. So where does this leave Sweet Baby Inc.? In the worst possible circumstance, it will become like a mark of ostracism, something like the Bud Light of video gaming, and any games associated with Sweet Baby Inc. may face a boycott, or the customers won't be interested in it. But if they let it slide, and eventually this memory will go away into oblivion, and they can regain their good name again. So with that, that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Do let me know in the comments below, and if you like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you everyone, and have a good week ahead.